Well, we might make a start. Welcome to the 2016 Xero update. This has been an incredible developments over the past 12 months and more to come. And I was privy just to see this during my recent attendance at the XeroCon conference in Brisbane. My aim for this session is to talk you through and demo some of these amazing developments so that you can utilise them in your own organisations or those that you look after. But before we start, we might just go through some housekeeping. You'll notice the dashboard control panel. I've muted you all for the purpose of this webinar, but please feel free to add any questions that you may have to the chat box at the bottom of the panel circled in red, and I will aim to answer these at the end of the session. So let's begin. Over the past 12 months, Xero has been busy with 1,400 updates to Xero. They now have over 717,000 subscribers and over 400 add-ons. The add-ons are grouped according to app function or business type, and you can find these via the Xero website. With the push of the financial web, it is now vital that Xero produces a high integrity of data, and the financial web connects businesses, banks, accountants, bookkeepers, government agencies, and online software using smart automation and integration. Banks and large enterprises are connecting directly to technology platforms to offer financial services in a cost-effective, scalable, and intelligent manner. Xero is now integrated with major banks such as CommBank and NAB in Australia, as well as more than 80 other financial institutions around the world. Cloud accounting platforms such as Xero can act as a connector for highly fragmented small business market, helping you derive the true value from your data. By providing a clearer picture of your performance, new services can be provisioned, products accurately served, and compliance commitments met. By automating key business performance data feeds, extracting insights and displaying them on dashboards, an institute can start to deliver proactive advice and services. We're starting to see financial institutions flag small business owners when cash flow looks tight. Like if there's a payroll cash flow shortfall, they can offer some interim financing so that you have a little bit of breathing space. An example of this is the NAB Quick Biz Loan. No longer is there a need for complex documents, visits to the branch, and assembly of supporting documents. You can now apply for this unsecured business loan for up to $50,000 and get a response on your loan application in as little as 60 seconds. Once you link your Xero account to the online application form, NAB will review your business financial history over the past 12 months to assess the strength of your business. This will speed up the bank approval process with the aim to provide you a quicker online response to your loan request. The greater transparency between banks and small business financial data means that for the first time, decisions can be based on a full financial picture. Bankers can see a full set of historical and audited numbers, and with a professional accountant able to review the numbers each day. The risk of lending capital to a small business falls substantially. It also allows banks to innovate fast and quickly deliver new services, tools, and technology to their customers. This has now put pressure on software providers such as Xero to build inherent system controls such as the assurance dashboard, which I will demo shortly. Xero has now moved from hosting data with a hosting partner in data centers to Amazon Web Services. This new platform enables Xero to connect businesses with services they need to operate more efficiently and also provide better communication. The new platform also provides better security, availability, and performance that will support massive future growth. The new platform will enable Xero to continuously deploy new features to you. Between June and the end of 2016, Xero will be moving customer data over to the Amazon Web Services platform and plan to have all customers on the new platform before the end of the year. These migrations will happen at the least busy times, which is early Sunday morning New Zealand time. XERO has chosen times to ensure minimum disruption. You probably won't even notice it. Now that XERO has so much data, they processed more than 300 billion worth of transactions in the last 12 months. They are now starting to use the information in a very general sense to determine ways to assist you on a day-to-day basis. Advanced machine learning applications are driving the next wave of investment for accounting platform providers. Technology won't just collect information, it'll learn from what it stores. Over the next 12 months, accounting software are getting smarter. So rather than just seeing the data that you entered presented back to you in a clean and well-designed format, XERO can actually use the service to do the processing and automate the decisions. As a result, a bunch of the initial analysis, which was previously completed by humans, could be done by computers. For instance, bank reconciliations. The systems could learn how to completely automate coding to free up time and ultimately end the bank rec process, which is good news for everyone. Bookkeepers will still be essential in the process, but rather than doing, our roles change to a reviewing function to ensure the information is correct and accurate. ATO is also changing the way that employers report some tax and superannuation information. In the future, when employers pay their staff, the employees' salaries or wages and PAYG withholding amounts will automatically be reported to the ATO electronically at the touch of a single button. Employers will also have the option to pay their PAYG withholding at the same time they pay their staff. This will also be some changes on how superannuation is reported. There will be no changes to the way employers pay their super. However, when those payments are made to their employee funds, the information will be automatically reported to the ATO. Employers with 20 employees or more will be able to report to the ATO through single touch payroll from the 1st of July 2017. However, they will be required to report from the 1st of July 2018. Employees with 19 employees or less will be able to report to the ATO through single touch payroll from the 1st of July 2017. However, it's not a requirement at this stage. The ATO has currently trying this method out on a few businesses to help understand the needs and explore the benefits of single touch payroll for small business. In addition, employees will also have access to pre-filled forms including tax file number declarations and super choice when they start a new job. So let's now look at some of the new features of XERO that may assist your business. XERO has been busy. So there's lots of changes there, and we'll just switch to the demo account and have a look at these. Search is one of the features introduced over the year, which is at the top right-hand corner of XERO, and it saves you time and improves the workflow by giving you information you need at your fingertips. Search across your transactions, invoices, bills, purchase orders, or more at once, letting you quickly navigate using keyboard shortcuts to go to the part of XERO that you want. Search results appear as you type, providing you with instant feedback on what you're looking for. You not only have more control, but you can save some valuable time. So you can watch this video here in your own time to see how it all works. The other feature introduced is this plus sign. I'm just going to refresh my screen. At the top of the screen to quickly add new records. So new contacts, invoice, bills, manual journals, quotes, and purchase orders from anywhere. Another feature that was introduced during the year was the two-step authentication process, which improves security. The two-step authentication process is located under your My Xero in account settings. Here it is. Mine's activated at the moment. You can also disable it here. The two-step authentication process adds an extra layer of security to your Xero account, protecting you against the increasing cyber attacks such as account phishing. If you have 2SA or two-step authentication enabled on your Xero account and log to Xero for ISO, you will be prompted to enter your 6-digit authentication code generated by the authentication app. Once you've passed the 2SA challenge, setting up either a security code or fingerprint will add another layer of security to the app, and you won't need to re-enter the 2SA authentication codes to log in. If you decide to only use your Xero username and password to log in, you will be prompted with the 2SA challenge each time you log in. The same goes for when you have completely logged out and for new installs of Xero for iOS. Keep in mind, on the console, you can keep the same 2SA password for up to 30 days. Another advancement to Xero has been the powerful content management system under contacts. The look of the contact file has now changed, and when we drill into a contact, you can see what business your contacts have done with you in this section here, and use this information to make better decisions through the activity folder, which is this one here. You can also add notes. So you've got a notes file here. You can drag and drop documents to the notes section, or you can add a note using that hyperlink and save it on the contact file. Xero also now integrates with Google Gmail and Microsoft Office 365. From Xero, you can see the emails exchanged with each contact. Now you can see all your key information in the one place. In the contact management module, so if we go back, you will also be able to create groups here to make it easier to manage contacts with something in common. You can also send statements. So we'll look at this group here, which has got 10 businesses attached to it. You can send statements at the same time just by clicking and sending up the top here. You can also sort these by a certain field, which is this hyperlink in the corner here, by account number, email, what you owe, your overdues, etc. Smart lists is also a really useful feature for marketing and sale opportunities. So you can create smart lists on here. So for instance, if you wanted to find all contacts in Sydney, you would just add a condition in here for location and just type in Sydney. And you should be able to find all your contacts on there, like so. Or you can look for any outstanding invoices over a certain amount. So more than 1,000 over, just say, 7 days, and run that search. Another feature to Xero is the invoice reminders, and these can be located under General, Invoice Settings, And you'll see this one here, invoice reminders. And this allows you to automatically send your customers an email reminder about their invoice. You'll be able to remind them before or after it's due. And the invoice is fully customizable. But once you get it set up, you don't have to worry about it anymore. So you turn it on by pressing this, adding a tick to this tick box, and you can edit each of the reminders in here to change the content that you want to be sent out to those particular customers. You can also exclude the reminders on certain contacts and particular invoices as well, and also for under certain amounts. So you can set up your minimum limits there. Another feature introduced into XERO was the assurance dashboard, which is located under the Advisor tab, and it increases the transparency in XERO. It brings together the key information needed to monitor the accuracy and integrity of your client's financial information in the one place. You can quickly identify errors and uncover activity which may not be in your client's interests. With data feeding into XERO from reliable sources, including banks and other financial institutions, bills and invoices, and applying coding rules, you can rely more and more on transaction details being correct. Continuous assurance can focus primarily on the process and controls instead. The XERO Assurance Board allows you to monitor your client's use of XERO to identify errors or anomalies. It shows areas of user activity, bank accounts, contacts, invoices and bills. When you select the Assurance dashboard from the Advisor menu, a heat pad of your user activity displays. It includes each user, their XERO permissions, and their last login data. If you can then check for bank transactions that have been altered, deleted, or manually reconciled. And you can hover over things, drill down to anything that needs to be fixed or further investigated. Another enhancement has been to cash coding. So if we go back into dashboard and into your bank account, into the bank account, you'll see cash coding here. So hiding suggested matches is one of the features introduced into cash coding. So you want to be sure that you're not mistakenly cash coding something that should have been matched to a payment on an invoice. By default, XERO will now hide the items that you have a suggested match on the main bank reconciliation screen. But with just one click, which is in this box here, the items with the suggested matches can be brought back. You will now have the confidence that everything on the page can be coded without having to step around payments relating to invoices and bills. They've also introduced the bank rules at the top here, so you can apply the bank rules to certain transactions within this area. The Save button has been added to the bottom, and you can now have up to 200 transactional lines on this screen. XERO has also made it easier by being able to flick between accounts on your XERO system when cash coding, so it just eliminates the number of screens that you need to click through. Another major enhancement to XERO has been the Report Center, which has been completely rebuilt. It brings all of XERO's reports, both old and new, into the one place. XERO also easily tailors a report to suit your specific needs. Reports are now grouped into new categories: financial, sales, purchases, tax, etc., to make it easier to find what you're looking for. And all you need to do is click on the 3 dots to expand a group and see more reports. You can still add the star to your favourite reports, old or new, and those reports will always display on the top of the group in the reports menu. XERO has also introduced this search reports field so that you can quickly find the report that you want. So, for instance, bank reconciliation summary report, easily can find that there. XERO has also enhanced the customization feature. So if we were to go into the profit and loss, the new one, and we edit the report, what you'll find are some new icons at the top here. So you can add some text or comments onto your report. You can do this with a title, standard, or none. So let's just add a hello in there. And you can move that comment field to where you need it on the report. Another enhancement is the schedule. You can add a schedule at the bottom of the report and add certain accounts that you want displayed on there. You can add a footer. You can add rows and columns. We'll have a look at columns. So on this particular report, I can add another date column. If you click into there, you can then assign which date range you'd like. You can do it for month, quarter, year, or you can customize it. You can also add now budget information. So we can add the budgets for the month, the quarter, the year, or again, you can customize those. And we can add formulas as well in there as a column. So for instance, we'll just add October and we'll add September. So just adding those two. Can title that October plus September as another column on your fields. And you can add notes to particular lines along the report as well. So once you've done that, you'll see the new report displayed. And again, you can also change you can edit the titles of these reports and so forth. Once you're happy with the report, you can save that report here as a draft. You can publish that report, or you can save it in your customized folder so that you can reuse it in future. It also enables you to export PDF, Excel, and Google Sheets, which is always done, but so that's a really neat feature improvement of XERO, and it's only getting better. And finally, what I wanted to show you was to do with payroll. So in the past, you've had to manually add your payroll figures into your BAS activity statement. Now this can be automatically done for you, but you need to set this in your payroll settings. So you go into payroll. Let's bring that up. And go into your pay items. I'll go into earnings. And bring up my ordinary hours, which I want to display on my activity statement. Scroll all the way down and you'll see this new tick box, which is reportable as W1 on activity statement. So it's just really a matter of clicking that and adding those to your BAS activity statement. So you can do that for both W1 and W2 fields on the BAS return. Okay, going back to the presentation. Future developments in XERO include In the reporting, there are 2 pieces of work which are underway now to be released in the coming months, and that's tracking columns will allow you to set 1 or more tracking values to show in a column on a report. This will allow consolidation of multiple values into one column, as well as showing more than 1 tracking value on any given report. The to-date convenience picker option, year-to-date, quarter-to-date, month-to-date, will also allow even easier reporting on a current day. So those are enhancements to reports that are to come. Next is fixed assets. XERO is rewriting their fixed asset module. With a new fixed asset report, you can export all your assets to a CSV file to facilitate end-of-year reporting, and low-value asset pooling will be introduced by the end of this year. The mobile app is also going through a change. In its invoicing arm is being rebuilt and will also be able to quote on your phone. And finally, the big news for business owners and bookkeepers using the platform is that it will integrate with BPay both to pay suppliers and to charge customers. The features will be integrated directly within the XERO's platform, while small business will be able to offer BPay as a payment option using Macquarie Bank's Deft product. The cloud accounting company said it will work with other companies to grow the number of payment providers offering payments through the platform in the future. The feature is designed to make it easier for businesses to pay their bills and to receive payments quickly, easing cash flow challenges. The other important new feature for Australian business owners and entrepreneurs is the number of banks and financial institutions offering direct daily feeds will be boosted by 40 within the next 9 months. This will mean there will be a total of 100 financial institutions will offer direct daily bank feeds, including 43 smaller regional banks and credit unions. Cash flow, another amazing report introduced into XERO and can be found in the report centre. So the statement of cash flows is a report that was again introduced this year. It shows you the money, where it came from and where it went. While the profit and loss report tells you if you've made a profit, it may include some income and expenditure that has not been paid for yet and isn't in the form of cash, such as depreciation. You'll be able to customise the report and you can compare periods from 1 month to the next. So if your cash is up, it might be a good time to make an investment or purchase a new vehicle. The reports make decisions on how to use your cash and what areas you need to focus on improving. So cash flow is grouped into 3 main areas: operating, investing and financing. Operating activities is the measure of outgoing and incoming cash as a result of doing business, i.e. supplier payments, customer receipts and wages. If accounts receivable decreases, this implies that more cash has entered the company from customers paying off their credit amounts, and the amount of which the accounts receivable has decreased is then added to net sales. If accounts receivable increases from one accounting period to the next, the amount of the increase must be deducted from the net sales, as the amount represents revenue, not cash. An increase in inventory, on the other hand, signals that the company has spent more money purchasing materials. If the inventory was paid with cash, the increase in the value of the inventory is deducted from net sales. A decrease in inventory would be added to net sales. Investing activities is the measure of outgoing and incoming cash from the purchase and sale of assets or other investments. So changes in equipment, assets or investments relate to cash from investing. Cash out items are identified when cash is used to buy new equipment, buildings or short-term assets. However, when a company sells an asset, the transaction is considered cash in. Finally, financing activities is the measure of outgoing and incoming cash from loan repayments or loan received from a lender or money introduced or taken out by the owner. Cash in items is when capital is raised, and cash out when dividends are paid. To work out this report manually requires some thought and can be tricky, and that's another reason why these automated accounting systems add so much value to the business. To sum up, connectivity is now a reality with banks and the ATO and will only get better. Integrity of data is crucial as a business taps into information with your permission. Machine learning is the next major investment to make sure, so you need to make sure your coding is right with the help of a bookkeeper, which will save you time in the future. Activate your two-step authentication process to improve the security within your system, and tap into the new cash flow statement reports. Use the invoice reminders and integrate with online payment services to help improve your cash flow. As Richard Branson says, never take your eyes off the cash flow because it's the lifeblood of business. We as a society are realising that there's more to our days than being tied up in paperwork. We are so time poor and busy that embracing Xero's new features will free up the time to focus on the things that are more important to us, which is spending more time with the family or growing the business. Embrace the changes and surf the amazing cloud of technology. If you require any more information, please don't hesitate to call. We often post useful articles on Twitter and Facebook. I hope that I have helped you all in some way today. Now I'll just check for any questions that you might have. Please type them into the chat box if you do have a question. Otherwise, I thank you very much for your time and look forward to updating you again next year. I don't have any questions, so I'll just leave it at that. I have recorded this session and I'll post it on YouTube and send it out to you. Thank you so much for your time, everyone.